master opportunist. And the first man touching the ball for the Netherlands is their skipper, Ties Klauser. And here, popping up on the left, is Tom van Hek. And the match will start with a penalty corner for the chopping action. And England, who went through the entire contest against Pakistan without conceding a penalty corner, do so within seconds against the Netherlands. Ties Klauser's come up for the hit, but it goes instead to Boefelander and is ended by Martin Grimley. Oh, good advantage played. Martin Grimley, who came away with it, and a good break on the right side, and good advantage played by the umpire on that far side. Dieperfein took the worst of that, but he certainly was the man who fouled, and there's the umpire who gave the decision in England's favour by allowing them to continue. Adriano De Vecchi, a teacher from Italy, or in fact it's the other umpire who's come over to inquire, but the decision was made by the umpire on that side. Grimley, who comes away, and it's a good swift break, and clearly obstruction and body check by Christian Dieperfein. But De Vecchi allowed play to go on, and the other umpire we're looking at there is, well, there's De Vecchi, and the other gentleman is Louis Gillet of France. Both very experienced officials, and Ties Klauser there, the Dutch captain, making his 200th appearance for his country, and for England's future is to be hoped that he doesn't see too much of the ball. Played in the first World Cup back in 1971, and like Dieperfein, hugely experienced. His 200th cap, Dieperfein winning his 169th. So it's a Dutch hit-in to be taken by Boefelander. History, incidentally, somewhat against England here. We've only won one of the last 25 matches between these two countries. Indeed, on the pitch are 17 players who played when these two countries last met, which was at Willesden a year ago. Netherlands then won by 2-0 before a crowd of 1,500. What a difference this afternoon. Dieperfein, Klauser, Hein, good challenge by Richard Lehmann. It's really pretty amazing that the Dutch still don't know that they're in the last four, in spite of having a 100% record of winning their 4 games. They just have not been scoring enough goals. In contrast, in the other Group B, the Australians have dropped a point, but can afford to lose their last match by 8 goals and still qualify. John Potter, hero of Saturday, with 2 very coolly taken penalty strokes. Came up onto Lehmann's body. And at the moment, Tom van Hek is playing down the middle with Hein on the left side and Martin van Grimbergen on the right. Beeren seems to have been brought in to mark Shawani. Koeman, number 4, looking for Norman Hughes. And Curley forward, marked by Klassen, who leaves him to come to Batchelor. Obstruction by Dieperfein, who's more likely to be taking Batchelor in that sort of position. Boefelander now goes to mark him. The whistle has gone, and the hit is to the Dutch. Richard Dodds. It's doubtful if he'll have the same amount of room as he had against Pakistan, but he's got to go looking for it. Mistake by David Faulkner. Here's Steve Vervain. There's an unmarked man on this side, Van Grimbergen, but fortunately they weren't able to cross the ball. But I think there's some warning there for England. They could be pulled away to their right side and suddenly find there's a man unmarked to the right. Just coming into the edge of the picture there, Tom van Hek, there was a player over to his right. The penalty corner results. Boufalander wide.
Well, Barry, I think England are making a very nervous start to this game, which is not surprising because it must be one of the biggest occasions for any of these players.
Just to back what David Icke said at the beginning, Phil Appleyard, who's the chairman of the World Cup board and the president of the Hockey Association, said to me a few seconds before the start, this is the most important hockey match England have ever played. And he'd be delighted to repeat that observation at the semi-final and then at the final. John Potter. Five minutes gone. And the Netherlands, as Jim Duffy said, have started very much the better.
I think also that the players to watch on the Netherlands side would be number 14, Tommy van Hek, who's, well, Thies Kruijs has played 200 internationals. Tommy van Hek has already played 150 internationals, and I would think would be the leading player in the Dutch attack.
It is an interesting selection they've made, pushing him forward and bringing in Berends.
I can understand why they've done that. Tommy van Hek usually plays in the centre of the pitch, given a free role to roam wherever he likes. I would think that this person who's taken his place in midfield will be far more defensive and still leaves Tommy van Hek as a free role forward.
It's Hein. Scored the opening goal for the Dutch. It was against New Zealand. And it was the one goal of the match. Their four victories have all come by the odd goal. 1-0 against Argentina, New Zealand and the Soviet Union, and 2-1 against Pakistan. Vervain. Jan Hiddekrause. Grimley. And a challenge on Hughes, giving us the foul, but the hit will be taken again. It's good to see Barber just taking his time. Thies Kruijs does like to get the ball early to the front players if he can. He's had a couple of really fine defence-splitting passes during the course of this championship. Quite often looks for the flick forward too. This is David Faulkner and John Potter. Stephen Batchelor inside Potter. Klassen coming across. Shawani. Accidental, says the umpire, and I think he was right, even though there are whistles from the crowd. Tom van Hek. But that attack should put England in good heart, because the suggestion then was that pace could be a key thing if we are to be successful. Krause. Curry not letting him settle, and that'll be part of Curry's role. Barber. Perfectly safe. But instruction given. Potter. Nicely defended and used at the same time. Potter. Dodds to Grimley. Shawani goes inside to make the gap, but Van Grimbergen had come back. Klauser. Oh, won by Shawani. Not sure that he wasn't obstructed, but that's certainly a Dutch hit.
Stay there. Watch the aerial, guys.
First 10 minutes of this vital last contest in the group for England and Holland has elapsed. No score. Off the body of Kees Stievenveen, but flicked up onto his body. Away goes Van Heck. David Faulkner with him. The ball going through the England number 7. But England have the hit, which they immediately take. John Potter. Richard Dodds. Kelly! Instantly struck. It's quite amazing. There is no apparent backlift, but he gets such power. And I don't think the goalkeeper had covered the gap, Jim.
I don't think the goalkeeper even saw it.
I'm not sure that we should blame him. Well played, Shawani. Still well played, Shawani. Put it away! Penalty corner. And I think the observation may be made from the bench by Colin Wally and David Whittaker that the lads are settling down. John Potter to take the hit in. Paul Barber has come forward. Richard the man with the stop. Dodds just to his right. Barber off the line by Tom Van Heck. Barber now back in the centre circle. Klauser, only to Potter. Penalty corner, up off the foot. Frank Leicester, the goalkeeper, and 4 men behind the line. Potter in. Barber. Shawani! Well, those living in houses around Willesden won't need to be told which side has scored. Barber, as it was touched to him, Le Mans stopped it himself, and Shawani finding the corner just inside the posts. An interesting variation then. England have had a little bit of trouble with the penalty corners, but on that occasion it was stopped by Le Mans for himself and then passed, and it worked well, Jim.
Very well. They were up here about an hour yesterday practicing the corners. You would have also noticed there were about 3 or 4 England players surrounding the goalkeeper, because we know that ball isn't going to come off him very far.
Goal coming in the 14th minute. Shawani's second of the 6th World Cup. The news agent from Stone in Staffordshire, making some headlines for the papers that somebody else will have to organise a delivery of tomorrow. Case Dieperveen. Klassen. Ball boys this afternoon, supplied by Stoke Brunswick School, and that little lad at the back will be standing pretty close to one of his teachers, because Ian Taylor, just to his right, he teaches physics and physical education and games at Stoke Brunswick School, which is just south of East Grinstead in Sussex. Potter and Faulkner. The judge was dangerous from the moment it was played, so the free hit goes from the point of impact. First real foray forward by Case Dieperveen. It's a bit early to be shaking your head at umpires' decisions. Faulkner. Krause. Ronnie Klassen. Dodds. Shawani. Klassen getting into trouble. Curley bided his time well. Penalty corner given for the trip. Trip from Fred Behrens. It was out of the circle, but if the foul is deliberate from within the 25, the umpire has the discretion to say penalty corner. Interesting that as we look at John Potter, the Dutch are already warming up a substitute. The man poised again. Barber. Still Barber. But the test is dangerous.
Stop it.
Twyman. And there was a bit of obstruction, not by the player who got the ball. As we look again at the penalty corner, that was seen as dangerous. Well, it's interesting that at the start, England seemed to be the nervous, hurried side. The roles are now completely reversed. Le Mans. Curtis foot. And obstruction given. And I think the Italian umpire wishes a word with Sean Curley. Well, I know one person in the crowd will see that as no bad thing, and that person is the manager of the Great Britain side, Roger Self. Always like to see his players looking very competitive. Particularly if they don't manage to get a green card as a result. Fair enough, Jim?
Yes, I agree with that. Roger likes a bit of spirit in a player.
Hit from slightly further back. Here's Tom van Hek. 3 Dutch players, the England side of the 25-yard line. Ties Klauser, blocked by Sean Kearney. Klaassen at the back. In the end, he had no real concern, thanks to the challenge by Klauser. Klaassen. Very nearly a tremendous ball. You're going to have to be aware of that, though. As the pass is played, Tom van Hek makes the run, and the aerial ball drops behind the England defence. And the crowd is Fatima Whitbread. Shawani. And the Italian umpire said that Shawani made rather a lot of that. Yes, I think he made sure that he did make contact. Oop. And the French umpire would like a few words. Martin van Grimbergen and Norman Hughes are the two passing the time of day. Berends. Klaassen. 16-yard hit. On their way into this championship, the Dutch recorded only 1 win in 8 games and were beaten by Scotland, among others. Potter. Faulkner. Off the foot of Will Philander. It's England's hit. And again, Keesian Dieverveen complains to the umpire. Krause. Potter. Stopped by Hein. Dieverveen. Hughes. Well spotted by Will Philander. That's a foul by Hughes initially. And Dieverveen. Krause. Just a hit in given. Grimley turned his back on the play. The fact that the ball hit him could hardly be seen as deliberate. But it's a Dutch hit this time. Just roughly on the 25-yard line. Stopped by Hughes. You've got to get rid of it in that position, as he knows far better than I do. Klassen, good stop by Barber. Distraction by Hein. Potter, Bachelor starts to go. Krause comes across, but he's not drawn. But the cross is not a good one. And Frank Leicester able to let the ball go harmlessly into goal. A more accurate cross then would have had the Dutch in trouble, but it was too close to the goalkeeper. If watching hockey on a Monday afternoon is not something you do often, perhaps I should tell you that you can only score if you're inside the circle. Faulkner. Nicely done. Potter. And England made sure they kept 5 back. Good challenge by Paul Barber. Jan Hidde Krause. Shawani. Taking on Klassen. Good stop by Bofelander. Offside, Tom van Hek. It goes against Curley. Shawani. Oh dear. I don't know why he wanted to go square when there were players going forward. Potter. Hein back with him. Mistake by Krause. Penalty corner. And England finding a bit of room down their right side. And a rare mistake by Ties Krause here. And the ball came off the body of Klassen for the resulting penalty corner. With a little under 10 minutes of the first half remaining. A good moment to add to the lead. Which they have done! In fact, it's been given offside. The Italian umpire says no, and I can only assume for offside.
Well, I'd like to see that again before I make a decision on this.
Well, there's a man on the line and the goalkeeper down, Jim,
I think the umpire's made an error there, I have to admit.
Well, I hope that's not one that will cost us. If he looks at the replay again, our Italian umpire, I think, will have a rather red face. Sean Curley, the unlucky player. Klassen. Tiefe Fein. Behrens. Well cut out by Faulkner. Ball was out of play. Behrens has taken a forward position. He's in the circle alongside Tom van Hek. But they can both come out now. Koeman. Shawani. Shawani. And the chopping action by Henrik Jan Koeman.
Ball, please. Oh! Ball!
Norman Hughes to take, Martin Grimley behind him. Curley, good ball. Le Man, but he obstructed, turned his body in front of his man. Potter, Shawani left side. Appearance, he obstructed. Obviously brought on to mark Shawani, and he's finding Shawani quite a handful. Well turned. Martin Grimley. He's given it back again. Hughes, it's in the circle now. Good save. Long corner.
Lovely little move there by Martin Grimley.
The ball up and dangerous. As goalkeeper got his right pad all behind it. Tombatek. Good to see him going deep to get the ball. And the stick of René Claassen was above the shoulder, and the ball was aimed dangerously. Too close for comfort. And then the ball was knocked away by the Dutch. And that is something that just is not done in hockey. Really a rare moment of lack of sportsmanship. It's the England skipper, Richard Dodds. He's a doctor. A number of the Dutch side are medical students. Some of them moving into their late 20s, but not yet qualified. It suggests they've rather concentrated on playing hockey for their country. Krause. It's interesting that England are not being drawn when Krause has possession at the back. Terrible danger of moving forward and finding yourself bereft of cover at the back. And he's very accurate with his passes from deep. I suppose if one makes an analogy with football, Krause was a sort of Ruud Krol of the piece. Ball was played with the hand by Faulkner, but he got away with it. Dodds. This could be problems. 3 against 2. Taylor's come to meet it. And has to get back now. Barber away. Great challenge by Hughes. Real determination. Which was the main reason why he was brought back into the side against Pakistan. Not only his own play, but his influence on other players. I'm told he went round the dressing room beforehand telling every player, we are going to win this. Imran Shawani. Martin Grimley, good support, but obstruction given against Shawani. Good stop by Dodds. Picked up where he left off on Saturday. Tom van Heck. Good cover. And again, I think that was third-party obstruction. Obstructing a player who hasn't actually got the ball, but might be in receipt of it. Hein. Hit against him for turning. Dodds. Batchelor. Potter. Curley. Well, his shooting action seen as a foul. Did rather swing the stick at the ball. Batchelor. And again, the hit rightly goes the Netherlands' way. Shawani. Ball was lifted in a dangerous manner. Perfectly entitled to lift the ball, but not if the umpire sees it as dangerous. Faulkner, Ian Taylor says played away. Potter. Potter. Stopped by Martin van Grimbergen. This is Boerfelander. Potter's challenge, but a foul for the obstruction. Jan Hidde Krause. Shawani, chance for a counter. Curley in possession. Hughes to the left. Shawani inside him. Appeal for offside, he certainly wasn't. And I think the ball must have come off Shawani. Richard Lemant. Hughes. The man again. Barber having his best game of the championship for England. And we're into the last minute of the first half. Quite sure what Van Grimbergen was trying to do. Undercut. It's an England hit. And Shawani is the injured party. And looks as though he needs attention, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds of the half to go. And a moment for me to remind you that England have to go for the win, but for the Netherlands a draw would be good enough. A draw would leave us dependent upon Pakistan doing something against the Soviet Union. And it could be that Pakistan will have to win that in order to finish in the top 6. So there will be something for the Pakistanis to play for, even though they're out of contention for the medals in this World Cup. Things like the Champions Trophy tend to be decided on the top 6. Fatima Whitbread, the European gold medalist in the javelin. Interested spectator. I noticed that Andy Norman, who runs the England athletic side, is also among the spectators here. Pretty youthful voices counting down the seconds to half-time. Two different Dutchmen in the second half. They brought on Gert-Jan Slatman and Bull van Hensbroek. And the two players who have gone off are Behrens and Van Grimbergen. Slatman, who's made a regular role of coming on in the second half and was so successful getting the winner against Pakistan. Hughes. Slatman's gone to the left wing. I think you'll see Van Heck has gone back to his more usual position. Hein has come into the centre forward position. Van Hensbroek is playing on the right side up front. And I must say, Kees-Jan Dieverveen, for a player of his experience, really is putting himself about quite unnecessarily, causing himself problems, although he was caught then by Potter, but it was his fault initially. Jan Hidde Krause. I'm surprised the umpire didn't see that as dangerous, but it was well played away by Grimley. That's Tom van Hek. Hughes. And the trip by Koyman, for which I think he will be officially warned. And he is shown a green card for that. That is just a warning, but should he infringe the laws again, the umpire, if he considered it sufficiently bad, would show him a yellow card and he'd be off for a minimum of 5 minutes. Norman Hughes recovered, and inquiry from Tom van Hek. Holland's hit. Finn not being allowed any room, and has been very unhappy because of that. Klassen. Bachelor. Hipped away by Boverlander. Well, it would have been very good if it had been on ice. This is the 35th meeting between these two countries. England have won only 5 times, lost 25 with 4 drawn. Series that goes back to April 1930, when England won 9-1 in Scarborough. Grimley on by Hughes. Hine. Challenged by David Faulkner. And by Richard Leman with the feint initially. Schnappman. Stopped by Potter. Batchelor came back to help and did a good job off the feet of Hine. Faulkner. Paul Barber. And stopped by Van Hensburg. Kiefer Fane. People have been wondering about Paul Barber's form in this championship. He has been nervous from time to time, but he's saved his best for when it's been most needed. He's having a fine game this afternoon, Jim Duthie.
Very fine game. In fact, I think the back two, that's Barber and Faulkner, have had a very fine game.
Here is the partner. Taylor able to sit on his haunches at the left end and watch. Grimley. Krause. Dangerously up off the stick of Norman Hughes. Taylor. He was robbed, but dangerously, says the umpire. Don't think Ian Taylor appreciated that too much, the challenge by Hine.
Taylor takes a down ball. Oh yes, I see why he didn't like that at all. I wouldn't like a stick around my neck either.
Yes, I think the breath may have been a little bit hot behind the mask. Has to be a foul by Klassen, got the body in first. Faulkner, Potter. Krause takes those better than most people. And Le Mans is shown a green card for not making sure that he stopped in time. He followed on and caught Thies Krause. A little overeager, perhaps. This was the man who was a little choked at being substituted against Pakistan, but did his job very well. Thies Krause, who is having his quietest game on his 200th appearance. And Curley is going to be talked to, and Curley has shown the yellow card. England will play with 10 men. Well, I think Curley was a little unfortunate that it immediately followed, but there was perhaps a hand on the back there. But I also think it is fair to say that the Dutchman made jolly sure that the warning at least would be given, and possibly more. So England down to 10 men. Refreshment for Curley, which his colleagues might need in the next 5 minutes too.
This is now going to be very important for England to hold out on. It could be off at least 5 minutes, maybe even 10.
I always take the optimistic view, Jim. Grimley. Shawani. Good stop by Klassen. Schlackman staying exclusively on this left side. 3 around the ball carrier. Some good harrying, which Curley has to watch. And Grimley took too long, so the hit is given the other way. I must say that's a rule I'd like to see applied in 1 or 2 other sports. Stopped by Batchelor. Too far for Le Mans. It's a question of batten down the hatches for England. Grimley. And Hensbroek did well to keep it in. Long corner. Substitutions have offered pace on both flanks. Ball up in the air. England's hit. Did really well to keep it in. And Taylor did well to cover. Well, the whistle hadn't gone. Extraordinary action.
I think he just forgot the rule. It used to be 2 or 3 years ago you could use your hands, but not anymore.
But I don't think you've ever been able to hold on to it. I think he made a catch.
No, you're not allowed to do that. Even you weren't allowed to do that even then.
Klassen. Keeper feint. Consistently being crowded out. Krause. Tom van Hek. I think he went the wrong way, but it's a Dutch hit. All bar Bachelor back behind the ball. And it's England's hit. Now we've had 10 minutes of the second half. If you've joined the match late, England lead by 1-0, scored by Shawani. And victory would put us in the last 4 of this World Cup. First time we would have reached that stage. Dutch champions of Europe, once winners of the World Cup in '73 in Amsterdam and runners-up in Buenos Aires in 1978. Schlatman, good stick in by Potter, and then obstruction by Schlatman. Bachelor, 3-man attack, feed by Krauser surely. Well, in fact, obstruction is given.
That's quite fair enough. Krauser took that on his stick, and then Bachelor obstructed as he fell over. It's a great tackle by Ties Krauser.
Well spotted. Tom van Hek. This is the best run he's made. That's off the feet of Potter. Fair bit of pushing and shoving going on in the circle. And the Dutch offended, and England had the hit. The Dutch starting this match with a 2-point advantage over both England and the Soviet Union. England and the Netherlands both have a goal difference of +4. The Soviet Union, who play Pakistan after this match, have a goal difference of +3. So the Dutch could lose here and still make the last 4, but they would be sweating on it. Good stop by Van Hensburg. Hein. It's England's hit.
It's a great tackle by Faulkner on his reverse stick side. The England defence are holding out extremely well here, but the problem might be when Sean comes back on, the 10 players have done so much work that they might get tired near the end of the game.
Hein. Teams in hockey allowed to use 3 substitutes. It could be that substitutions will prove to be a vital factor. Tom van Hek has looked better with the free roll from the middle rather than the free roll forward. Volkelander has slipped. Potter. Hughes, yes, now run, he says to Bachelor, or somebody did. Interception by Krauser. England's hit once more, and Sean Curley is taking his tracksuit top off, and is back on. Back on the pitch, that is. Served the 5 minutes. Chopping action. It would be quite in keeping with Sean Curley's character that he immediately gives England the second goal. Hughes, Shawani. It's the second time he's done that, and there have been players forward. Schlatman. Hein in possession. Obstructed by David Faulkner. Tom van Hek, bit of a charge in by Hughes. It's all very tense. Bachelor pushing up on Volkelander. Curley. Batchelor is onside. Curley to his right. The hit is just outside the circle against Klassen. And what a pity he couldn't see Curley. Such an easy game to play from the commentary box. Good positive break by Stephen Batchelor. But as he went off to the left, drew two men, just away to the right was Sean Curley unmarked. There he is, just came into the picture. Krause. Barber was fouled by Hein. Batchelor. That should have been played a bit earlier. But the hit is England's way. Batchelor keen to get on with it. Batchelor. Obstruction by Beaufolander. Curley waiting in the circle. So is Shawani. Good stop by Tom van Hek. And hit a Krause. Rene Klassen. Van Hek coming to the halfway line. Barber drawn to follow him, but now goes back. Faulkner with an eye on Hein. Potter looking for Schlappmann on the near side. And Grimley for Van Hensburg on the right. Dangerous, says the Italian umpire. Grimley. Van Hensburg. Potter. Good start, Stephen Batchelor. Sean Curley. Norman Hughes unlucky. And there's a slight pull then. Batchelor walking in a very uncomfortable fashion. Le Mans. Great challenge by Tom van Hek. Does look a far better player there than he was looking in the first period. Schlappmann. Obstruction by Potter. Ties Krause has come up, but the hit's got to be taken again from further back, and the Dutch are robbed of the element of surprise. Ball lifted dangerously, and Tom van Hek took some of the force of it on the head.
Well, he should be in good hands since that Richard Dodds is with him at the moment as a doctor.
The Dutch physio with him. So the physio was there very quickly. Van Hek, okay. Gordy from the England bench. Colin Waddy, the manager, too, from the right. David Whittaker next to him. John Shaw biting his nails. John Hurst, the deputy goalkeeper. So Tom van Hek, who's had a good tournament. Interesting you say that Richard Dawes is a doctor, which rightly he is. Tom Van Heck is a medical student, so he would know a bit about it too. Here's Koeman. Jan Hidde Krause. Taylor takes a few paces forward, goes back and watches Grimley get it away. Seems to be the right name for the occasion, Grimley. Barber. So obstruction there. Holland's hit. It's not, I think it's fair to say, a classic contest, but it's such a tight one, such an important one, and so tense. Tom Van Heck. Hein. Turned. As you can see, a little over a quarter of an hour remaining. Just the one goal between the teams. Hughes, Shawani, who scored the goal, back in the 14th minute. Koeman has got goal side of him. Curry's in the middle. This is Hughes, loses out to Dieper Fein. Free hit for the challenge by Dodds, but again, Dieper Fein not able to settle on the ball to build anything. And that really, Jim, has been true all over the pitch, hasn't it? The England players have not given their individual opponents a chance to build. No, they're closing down the opposition very well. I'm a little bit worried that most of the time we're defending right on top of our circle. I'd rather defend further up the pitch, obviously. Krause. Dieper Fein. Hein and Faulkner. Well played. Other man from Fairham. Player with Portsmouth. Claxton having to really battle, and battling well, it should be said. Free hit in his favour. Faulkner is injured. He may have turned his ankle a little bit as he tried to recover the ground. Or is it his knee? Certainly as a turn. Here comes the England physio. Got him on it. You could really see the determination in Faulkner there. He was hurt earlier on in that move, but he still chased after the ball, still got him a tackle and kept going. Although he looked like he was in a great deal of pain. Certainly was solid battling. I think that's where he got the knock. And as the ball went loose, he turned. And Kees Dieper Fein came over to the bench, had a quick drink, and I think was given a few instructions. And is now here on the left side with Statman. Leman away. Faulkner. Van Heck. There's a man over on the left side, Schlatman. Faulkner across to him. Away by Potter. But penalty corner given. Off the leg of Potter, I think. Dutch coach is on his feet. Potter is in need of attention. I think from that cross, in fact, the ball seemed to hit Johnny Potter's hand, which is obviously causing him a little bit of pain at the moment. Yes, I think it ran from stick to leg to hand. It shot right up his body, I think. The clock is stopped at 12 minutes and 51 seconds remaining. Kees Krause, the Dutch captain, with the inquiry, which is a prelude to the action. he hopes. He is poised to make the strike. It was his goal which maintained the 100% record. And he scored against New Zealand from with the penalty stroke. I can see just how Potter was hurt. There was a bit of room here for a slap man. Yes, it came up. Taylor appealed, but the penalty corner was given. Hine to play it in. Van Heck to try and make the stop. Krause with the shot. They're all so keen. Krause, it's too high. 16-yard hit given. Perfectly fair to go for the flick, but you cannot strike it first time above the height of the backboard. Well, it may well have got a touch off Grimley's stick, but the umpire said no. Feet of Dodds. Dutch obviously with very much more possession. England hoping and always looking for a break, and they've got one here. Curdy perhaps in two minds. He was aware that Batchelor was away to his right. But the main priority for England has obviously been to hang on to the one-goal lead. Keeper Vane, Boufalander. It's too far.
I'm quite happy with the Dutch doing that. I think they're starting to run with the ball a little bit too much, which is playing into the England's hands. If they started moving the ball around a little bit quicker, they might get somewhere.
Batchelor. Curley moves away. Sharani the other side. Dodds coming up square. Richard Leman. Feet of Boufalander. Tension and tiredness showing in the faces. Boufalander. Just gets the ball down the other end. Faulkner. And that just clears the ball under the halfway line. Two of the ball boys quick to the spot. Chopping action by Martin Grimley. Tom Van Heck. Dutch hit in. 10 minutes left. England 1, the Netherlands 0. And Curley gets it away again to Potter. Batchelor tending to come always to the right side, and on a few occasions there's been room on the other side. Batchelor matched stripe to stripe by Kreuzer, but gets away from him. Potter. But I think it came off the feet. There is a bit of a tendency, Jim, to always play it out to the right side.
That might be the case, but Batchelor seems to be having the better of his man, and just by using his pace alone there, he seemed to go past Thies Kreuzer.
Jan Hidde Krause. Tom Van Heck, faced by Richard Leman. Potters him across. Potter waits for the drop. And obstruction. Face of frustration of Tom Van Heck. Willesden. Paul Barber with plenty of time. Might have made better use. Leman. And the hit is given England's way. Dodds doesn't mind that he has to take it back a little bit. Faulkner. The eyes did not have it. Faulkner. Taylor to the rescue. Quickly off his line again. Batchelor. It was good play by Klassen. The Dutch having to push and push and push. We're in danger of being caught on the break. Jan Hiddekrause, stopped by Norman Hughes. Played it off the stick of his opponent. Shawani, Hughes inside, running like a kid. Shawani still. Curley. Obstruction. Good run by Shawani, who hasn't seen the ball for quite a long time, but definite obstruction by Curley. Jan Hiddekrause, deeper vein, Tom van Hek. Shawani, oh, should have had that. The ball was out of play. Faulkner, hit is England's way. As a sandwich was made on Faulkner. The face of Hughes. Well, in the twilight of his career at 34, and in the twilight of a slightly misty October evening, the greatest moment could now be coming. 5 minutes, England are away from a place in the semi-finals. Shawani's goal scored back in the 14th minute. And England had what looked like a perfectly good second goal disallowed. And I hope I'm not being unfair on the Italian umpire on the far side, but I think it's been on his mind a bit. Shawani. Batchelor. Oh! Willesden for the Netherlands. Could have been all over. A few pulses would have been beating rather more evenly. 4 minutes left. Klassen. Stick in by Dodds, but obstruction.
I think that was actually given against Sean Curley on the previous challenge.
Krause, straight to Batchelor. Obstructed by Deeper Fein. John Potter. Richard Dodds played another captain's part in a quiet but hugely effective way. Borfalander, robbed by Lemon. And I think England have been listening to Jim Duthie because more of the challenges have been made further up the park.
There's been a lot of barging. It's a very physical game of hockey, but when you've got semi-final place and the World Cup at stake, that's not surprising.
The nervousness there. Two and a half minutes remaining. Deeper vein for the Netherlands. Good advantage played. No, in fact, an England hit. Barber. Bachelor happy to let it go. It's an England hit it. Foul that's probably risen from the 8,500 at half-time to something nearer 10. 2 minutes on the clock. Off the feet of Slapman, but it was lifted up onto his shin, so it's a Dutch hit. Dutch trying to get it up there with the aerial ball, but it was dangerous as it landed. We're down to a minute and a half. Taylor, a bit like a cage lion, shouting instructions over from the back. Bachelor. Curley, as we go into the last minute.
Well, at the moment we've got a free hit to the Netherlands. This must be their last attack. If England get through, this will be a marvellous performance by these 11 players.
Tom Van Heck, robbed by Sean Curley, who is away. Glaston coming across, Bachelor in the middle. We just keep it in the opposition half, 27 seconds remaining. Bachelor taking on the goalkeeper. Frank Leicester did enormously well, but England keeping possession into the last 20 seconds. Flags being waved, very few people actually sitting down, and the countdown to England's place in the semi-finals of the World Cup. For the first time, we are there!